digger, kiss the death, friend, protect your neck. Shame on the three boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money over on my install. Here lies young, getting paid, but never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the install. Too late, he already dead. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome '96.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. The setting in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement of the folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we're set as well as the Saints get ready to do battle with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Shorty. Good chip.
Now a play fake here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
74.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And a nice spin into some open field. 20, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Freeman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. You talk about explosion plays. There's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate. Big sprint, touchdown. They're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
3 down. Got it.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Easy. 11. 11. 12.
Now Breeze on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Breeze picked off by his former teammate Malcolm Jenkins. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Here we go. 120. Tokyo. Check safety. Please. No. We're good.
Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
At least 5-7. Gold, gold. Hey, stash. Great. Liz. Ram. What's your son?
Working from the gun, Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. A first catch for Jeffrey. Good enough for a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Hang in there now. For Tokyo. Hey. On the ball.
On first down, Wentz out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jay Ajayi with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Come on, get set. Hey, chill. 95-56.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And this pass defense, they... were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. To throw is Wentz. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Great. 951. Let's fly two. Shorty. Hey, great 15. Listen.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So 5 yards there as one of the big guys up front moved.
And in a 4-3 front, you got the 2 defensive tackles right near the football. I know there's a lot of movement around there, but they're always taught to have one eye on the football. Apparently, that didn't happen.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Great.
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is Ertz with it, right side. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Let's fly 7. Sunday. Check 3. Tyson. Shift.
They'll try to run with a J. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action.
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
They get it to him running left. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprayed the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second down.
11.
Breeze to throw again. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On play action, it's Breeze. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a play fake. Breeze on the crossing route, complete. That's Thomas. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Play action. Breeze. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up 4th down. And Lutz's kick is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
This fielded at the 2. Oh, a nice spin. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Wentz now on 1st down. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. Wentz to throw on second down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Black, come on. Here we go. Hey, Stash. 51. Here, shit. 51. 82. Let's go, D.
Wentz now on first down. On the move to his left. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Goal. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
On second down, Freeman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he stopped immediately there. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Tight right. This 5-2. Here, shift. Ram.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the safety, Kirk Coleman.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Get set. 21. 36. 80%.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. Going for the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than he.
This is caught inside the 15. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got it 1st and goal at the 6. They'll come out in the pistol. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The tight end Josh Hill was the target, and it's second down. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, second and goal.
Hey, guys, check. Got it! We gotta stand up over there. Hey, if you kill it,
He'll get it up the middle. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. The Saints on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at a third and goal here.
got it! Over.
Now Breeze. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. And Lutz puts this one through. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Elliott now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Breeze leaves this one with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Now Breeze. Now he'll let it go on the run. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big play for the Saints on 3rd down. 41 yards. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Breeze on the draw, gives to Kamara. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here's Breeze. He's going to launch it, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
List 5-7. List 5-7. Tyson.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Demario Davis there on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, we're good.
Hey, four down.
Great. Here, shift. Great. Hey, great 15. Down in man inside.
Now Wentz on third down. Forced out to his left. Jeffrey with a catch left side. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Kill. 11.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Paul Warlow coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
That's how we do, D. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. All day, every day, any day.
On second down, Kamara. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle. The Saints on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14.
Hey. We got three. 3 down. Yes. 11.
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. Eagle pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Breeze. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Again, they'll run with Freeman. And out of bounds right around the 20. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Great 15, great 15.
Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away to his left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Just his 2nd incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, empty.
This is a jive. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter.
Liz 5-2. Here we go. Waiting. Hold on.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Liz 5-3. There we go.
They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Waiting.
Play action. Now Wentz. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Cameron Jordan in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. That's their first time getting to the quarterback, sack number 1. And, you know, they had 5 last week, I'm remembering.
And you have to find a way to slow down the pass rush, not necessarily with just protecting your quarterback.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that will make this now an 18-point ball game. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily The coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On second down, here's Breeze. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. Third down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Saints on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Ready. Y'all waiting. He's crashing. He's checking crash. 5-4.
On play action. Now Breeze. He's going to sling this deep down. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Let's go. Liz. Tight end right. Liz 5-7. 81.
On first down, Wentz. Open man left side is Wallace, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, we're good. Great 15. Liz 5-7. Here we go. 120. What's that?
From the gun, it's Wentz. He'll buy some time right. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
Liz 5-7. Here, shift. Black, come on.
Joker.
Black, come on.
Win the rep. Let's go, right here.
Great.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And that's complete to Jeffrey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but able to take it inside the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Ram. What's on?
Wentz to throw. Flushed out right. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Sunday. Yes, yes. Lion.
Check 24.
Lion.
I got him, man. I got him. He's mine.
Wait, good.
Back to the air on second down. Wentz being chased out left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
82.
Wentz looking to throw on 3rd and 2. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It goes for a gain of 10, and it's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw, it's Wentz. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
4 down.
Sunday.
36.
Wrap. Yes, 82. 81. Hey, Gray 15.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
There we go. Back man. 120. Hey, we're good. Great.
56.
Black.
Let's go one more.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Mitchell. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. Little insult to injury here late in the game. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Philadelphia, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for the Saints, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis.